Hello everyone, welcome to Virtual World, Future of Learning। यहाँ आपको पर्सनलाइज ऑनलाइन कोचिंग, 24/7 डाउट क्लियरिंग सेशन, फ्री स्टडी मटेरियल, वीकली ऑनलाइन टेस्ट और बहुत कुछ मिलेगा। वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड ऑनलाइन प्राइवेट कोचिंग प्रोवाइड करता है 11th और 12th स्टैंडर्ड स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ आर्ट्स, कॉमर्स और साइंस महाराष्ट्र स्टेट बोर्ड को। आज मैं निशिगंधा शाह आप लोग को प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ मैनेजमेंट जो एक ओसी स्टैंडर्ड 12th कॉमर्स का एक टॉपिक पर छोटा सा डेमो दिखाऊंगी। Let's start. What is meant by management? Management is an art to get the work done from people. For better understanding, I have divided management into 4 parts. Men, age, men, and T. So let's understand this. Over here, man, that is MAN, means a single person, whereas age means years or in Hindi, saal. MEN means when there are more than one person and T means technology. So let's understand from how this word management came. So over the years, a single man cannot do all the activities or all the work. It requires the assistance of more than one person or assistance of group of people. And for doing so, it also takes the assistance of technology. So for getting the work done, a person takes the help of many people so that he can complete the assigned work on time. What is principles of management? So principles of management are the guide for managers. So for example, if you are going to some park or to some place to visit, you have there many tour guides which guide us to particular place or how to reach over there or what are the unknown facts about that place. In same way, over here, principles of management guide the managers. They show the way or help the managers to do a smooth functioning in their activities or in their work. It guides a manager to do a smooth function of its business activity. Next is what are the nature, features and characteristics of principles of management. So in exam there might be a question which will ask you to write features of principles of management or characteristics of principles of management or the nature of principles of management. So any of out of these three can be asked. So don't get confused in the name or in the word of the question. Remember that always read a question twice or thrice before attempting it. So first principles of management, that is the first nature of principles of management is universal application. Universal application means these principles of management are applied to all the organization irrespective of its size and its nature. That means to say whether the organization is small, big, it is a startup or it is an old firm. These principles will be applied to them. It will also apply to the large scale industries, medium scale industries or a small scale industries too. It will also applicable to SMEs and MSME, that is small and medium enterprise or micro, small and medium enterprise too. this principles of management will also be applicable to all levels of management. So that means in a company there are different people at a different level. There will be employees, so there will be a lower level employees, that is there are the clerks and peons. There will be medium level employees, which will be a normal employee, for example accountant or the salesperson. Okay, and there will be a top level management, that for example manager or secretary or the CEO of the company or the director of the company. So in all the levels the management is different for them. Okay, so these principles of management will be applied to them too, that is whether they are the top level management or middle level or lower level management, these principles of management will be applied to them. Next is basic guidelines or general guidelines. So as we discussed in our definition, that definition of principle of management is what? So principles of management guides is a guideline to the manager, that is it act as a guide or tour guide, for example, for a manager to get the work done from others or to tackle any problem. So if there is an organization, so the in all the organization there will be employees, right? So for employees there is something similar between them. For example, we can take that whether it is big organization or small organization, the people will get the salary, right? People will get the remuneration. So if there is any problem while in the distribution of remuneration, or there is any some sort of small misunderstanding between employees and the employer, or whether there is any other problem related to the employees and the management of the company, then these basic guidelines will help the manager to tackle such small petty issues, and it will also help the manager to provide the basic solution or to find the solution for such issues. So for example, we can say that in companies, as I told you, whether it is a big company or small company, all the employees get a remuneration. So you must be heard this word or term, fair remuneration. So this fair remuneration means that the employees of one organization, hear carefully, employees of one organization will be get a fair remuneration. So over here, the word fair remuneration will be differed from one organization to another. For example, if there is a startup, okay, so their distribution of remuneration will be different as compared to some giant tycoon. Okay, because a small company will give minimum salaries to its employees, whereas a big company will give more remuneration to its employees. So over here, fair remuneration means that the people of same organization will given a same amount of remuneration to their employees, but their remuneration will differ from one organization to another. Next is principles are formed by practice and experiments. So over here it means that you must be thinking from where this principle of management came, who brought them, who invented them and stuff, right? So remember, these principles of management are not new, they are very old, they are used from ancient time. Okay, they have been brought into practice by using it, by testing his principles. Okay, certain experiments were conducted on basis with the help of this principle of management, and these experiments were actually, we can say, performed. Once all these principles were tested and experimented, and once the management was convinced and was sure and was confident that yes, we can use these principles in our organization in future, then after their satisfaction, these principles were brought into practice. Next is flexible and not rigid. So these principles of management is flexible. They are not rigid. They are not hard and fast. This principles of management applies to all the organization, right? So therefore it is flexible. It doesn't say this principles only apply to particular organization, for example only to startups and not to the old companies. No, these principles of management apply to all the companies. So over here, principles this principles can be changed as per the need of the organization and according to the situation they can be changed, and therefore they are called flexible and not rigid. So we can say, given the example, I can give you the example for here is, so the current situation, right? So COVID-19 is going on. So because of COVID-19, there is a lockdown in the country going on. There is also there are many companies which are working offline, that is their offices are closed and their employees are asked to work from home, right? So what they have done, they have changed their principles. Okay, they have changed their principles of management because of the situation going of pandemic. They have changed their principle, that is they have changed their manner of working. So from offline, they are now working offline, we can say that they are not going to the respective offices, but they are working from home only. Our next principle is behavior in nature. These principles of management are behavioral in nature. That means this principle of management is a group activity, as we learned earlier also in the meaning of management. A single person cannot do all the activities. It needs a group of people to complete assigned tasks, and therefore management is a group activity. So you can see my next point is influence human behavior. What do you mean by influence human behavior is that over here the managers get the work done from employees. So every employee is different from one another, right? So I don't mean to say they are different in the sense that in their nature, in their working conditions. Okay. So over here the with the help with the help of management or with the help of principles of management, it gets the work done from each of these employees irrespective of their human behavior. Okay, so now you must be wondering, what do you mean by getting work done? From first slide onwards, I am continuously using this word, to get the work done, to get the work done, and to get the work done. So what do you mean by this get the work done? That means, and how a manager is getting this work done. So over here manager will put some target or some goal which all the employees are asked to complete it within a limited period of time. So in this way the manager will get the work done from employees. So you can think of a salesman, right? So you have see that every salesman have particular targets to complete it in at the end of a month or in within 15 days or 20 days. This okay. So this target is set by the managers, and by setting this target he gets the work done from the employees. Once the employee has achieved this goal or has accomplished a particular task in particular given time, it will help the manager or it will help a company to achieve its final goal. Our next point is cause and effect relationship. So what do you mean by cause and effect relationship? So over here, principles of management are result oriented. That means that these principles, if we are using it in our managing or in our company, then it will give us the solution and it will help us to achieve our goal. It will provide us with a particular result. Okay. So in this, okay. So over here, every cause will have certain effects, or every effect will be due to some cause. So I will explain you by giving you an example. As we have learned that all the organization give a particular salary remuneration to its employee. Okay. So if a company, for example company A, gives a good amount of remuneration to its employees, then what will be its effect? So this was my cause. What was my cause? That company A will give a good remuneration to its employees. So what will be effect of the good remuneration to employees? The effect will be that employees will work hard, or if their employees will work very appropriately, or we can say they will do a smart work, they will work to achieve their goals. Okay, so once a employee works in a good condition, it starts work very intelligently, it will lead to the good production for the company. Okay, or I can also give another example. For example, take company A is an FMCG company. Okay, it is selling all these soaps and stuff to the its consumers. Fine. So this FMCG company is doing a very good marketing. So over here, marketing means, so they are marketing their products in a very innovative way. They are giving many offers to its consumers. They are broadcasting advertisements on TVs and on social medias. Okay, so because of such good marketing practice, their amount of sales has been increased. So over here, our cause will be either good remuneration or good marketing tricks, which will affect into working of an employees uh, in a good manner, or it will lead to good amount of sales. So over here, if we over here we can say that over if there is good amount of sale, then this good amount of sale is because of a good marketing practice which has been followed by the company. So this cause and effect relationship is the vice versa of each other. If there is only one thing, then there has to be follow of another. There cannot be only cause and no effect. There will be always cause and effect together. Our next point is equal in importance. So these principles of management are equal. Okay, it is not that only principle of cause and effect relationship has been applied and no other principles are applied, or only principle, first principle, that is universal in nature, has been applied and not these principles are applied. No, all these seven principles we can say that they are of equal importance. We cannot only apply or adopt only one application of principles. We have to adopt all the principles, and all these principles of management are being applied or work simultaneously. Okay, if they are not used simultaneously, or they are not applied to the organization simultaneously, then the goal of the company will not be achieved. So over here I will conclude this topic, that is principles of management. So remember, if any question comes in exam, write about nature or characteristics or features of principles of management. Start with the meaning and definition of management and principles of management, which I have explained during the start of the lecture. After writing the introduction and meaning, put the headings nature or the feature as per the question and write the answer. So now I will give you how to remember this question, or the answer for this question. Okay, so first of all, if the question comes in exam, nature of principles of management, remember the behavior points. Okay, so for what were the behavior points? So it was universal in application, it was flexible and not rigid, and behavior in nature. So write these 3 points in starting of the answer only, or at last. It depends upon you. It is not necessary that you have to write the answer in this particular 7 ways only. You can jumble it, but I am giving you trick to answer to remember this answer. So first write this 3 point behavior points. So write all 3 behavior points, that is universal in nature, flexible in nature, and behavior in nature. Okay, now after writing these 3 points, write the definition wala point. Okay, so what was the definition wala point? The basic guideline. Okay, so include basic guideline and then write how. So remember that how these principles of management came? So they are came with the help of practice and experiment. So after writing the basic guideline, put another point of formed by practice and experiment. After writing these 4 points, write remaining 2 points, that is cause and effect relationship and equivalent importance. In this way, it will be easier for you people to remember and to write in exam. Even if you are forgetting one point, you will be getting a strike that okay, ma'am has told us to write the behavioral point in starting, so let's use our brain and write all this behavior point in starting only. In this way, you will not forgot the answers. And now remember, it's very difficult to remember all the answers in sentences. Okay, this is only the first question which we have learned today. Okay, so in future there are many questions which you will be coming across, and in exam you have a very limited of period of time to write all the answers. Okay, so over here always remember to, so at home when you are preparing for exams or when you are preparing or making notes, always note that you have to just make the bullet points. Okay, make the write the answers in bullet points. So as you can see, what in my presentation, what I have done, I have used a sub point and a main point. So my main point will be principle 1 or principle 2. For example, behavior in nature, or principle number 6, cause and effect relationship. This will be my main point, and my sub point will be result oriented, give solution. So in this way you will be able to remember answers rather than remembering the whole sentence. Okay, in exam obviously you can write it in the sentences. You will be easier to write in the sentences because you know what is the main sub point which you have to write in the exam. Without using bullet points or writing in points, you will be able to complete your answer in time also, and you will be able to remember your answers. Okay, rather than remembering all the whole sentences, which is quite not possible to remember. Okay, so thank you very much to attending this my session, and thanks for watching, and stay safe.